What's up, Recon? Yeah, I got your message here. So if you make it, you make it. If you can't, you can't. That's just the way it goes. Have a good one anyway, buddy. Welcome, everybody that's viewing later on or whenever. Good to see everyone tonight. Hopefully you're subscribed and make sure you hit that bell so that you'll get all the notices. And share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with Facebook. I appreciate anybody that does some sharing. That's definitely helps a lot. So it's great to have people watching and participating in our nightly chats. If you're watching for the first time, we do have a chat every night at 10:30. So you're all welcome to come and join. We always welcome new members. We always welcome new people in the chat. We talk about whatever, because it is named Kimcast Art and More. We don't just talk about art. But anybody that's interested in art, hey, we're here for that too. So we are definitely answering some questions. If you have questions, ask them. Let me see here. I want to pull this up. And I'm going to here. I want to mute that and share it. Everyone's welcome for sure. We get, quite a few people here and there. Ken, how you doing tonight, buddy? I see you've joined too. I'm sure you can see that Recon said that he probably won't be making it tonight, unfortunately. So we may be by ourselves again tonight. We shall see. But then again, hopefully we'll get some others. I doubt Jennifer will come on tonight because she's in the house in the RV watching a movie with my wife, so pretty doubtful. Caitlin, possibly, maybe. Although I think she was working tonight, so we'll see. Dylan said something about he may come on tonight. We'll see. Otherwise, it'll end up being just you and me. I think we can at least give me a like on it anyway. Thumbs up anyway, before he left. I'll put a link over on Discord. Maybe one or two of the quick guys will jump in. Who knows? We'll see. I don't even know what A1C is, buddy. You'd have to explain it more than that. I get my labs from the VA, and they get all kinds of stuff like that with letters and numbers and everything, and I don't even have a clue what the hell. Luckily, it says what the normal range is, so I know whether it's normal or not. So, but I have no clue on what most of it is. Post up something here in Discord, and maybe we'll get lucky and somebody will jump in. We'll see. We had Zero join last night. He's the only one lately. Oh, I see. So the higher the number, the better off you are. Okay. I have no idea what mine is. I don't know. I haven't really looked. I meant to log my wife in, and I forgot to do that even. Better turn the volume down too. I usually have the other problem where I need more sugar. I've always had that problem. Oh, higher is bad? Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I can see my test results from the VA. I'll have to try to remember to look for that. I have looked in the past about with my sugar and whatever, and I think I think my doctor said I was a little bit high, but they weren't really concerned about it. So when they said something, well, actually, at the time I lowered my sugar intake a little bit more, but now I'm still eating treats again. Just like I came out here with my coffee and one of these. Although the treat I had last night I didn't eat till today. We have a third person on. Dylan was actually on last night. He told me he was just listening. And it was showing 3, but I guess whoever else was there left. Maybe Velvet will come on or something. Who knows? I did another new intro. Do you want to see it? See if you like it any better? I can make you suffer with it anyway. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, let me see. I gotta pull it up. Where is it? If I can keep it from going screen. Play it one more time. That's it. That's the newer one. I know it seems a bit fast, but they recommend not going much more than 10 seconds. That one's actually 15. Well, yeah, I know you're not supposed to really see it, but a flash of it. I could probably take a few of them out and slow it down a little bit that way, but and make it so you can see them a little bit longer. But that seemed to slow it down a little bit that time. I mean, actually, in the beginning, there'll be I'll actually be saying something about what the painting is going to be, and then it will go into that part, and then into the actual painting tutorial itself. But I did think it was a little bit fast, but I would gotta take a few things out of it, but I was trying to keep it a little bit versatile with not just painting. I wanted to make sure the music was there and how to build the camera stuff was there, and the different things. The more part. Hello, my turn. Welcome to the channel. Are you from Quake, or are you from just happen to run across us here? Just bounce around? Okay, no problem. Don't mind that at all. They're just Ken and I here. We usually have Recon here and some other people too, and we're waiting for some people to come in. We're here every night. At 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We don't have a huge crowd here. I think last night we ended up with about 7 or 8 people. He probably saw it pop up. If he looks in the live group, I think you can see it too. Yeah, you can search chat and whatever's up will pop up. Hey, Caitlin, you did make it. How are you? I was wondering whether you would make it or not. If you're here, once you've been here for a little while, there, my turn. I'll give you a mod status, but after a while, we get to know you. The mods kind of watch out for everything, keep the trolls out and whatnot, but we don't usually have a problem with trolls here usually. Cooking dinner? I'm tired, huh? What'd you have for dinner? Okay, no problem. My turn. If you don't want the mod, that's fine. It just allows you to like to click a link or whatever or something. But and plaster is good. So do you do sculpting too, or just plaster art itself? Pork chops and mashed potatoes. That sounds pretty good. There's a link to my website if you're interested in looking at my other artwork. Floors, bathrooms, anything decorative. Well, that's a great thing to be able to do. It's probably um, a profession that's probably way down in people doing it now because I know there was a lot more sculptors many years ago. Like I'm from way up north, and a lot of the older buildings up there, they had sculptors doing a lot of things on like the old motels and hotels and whatever, and some really stylish stuff with plaster. Beautiful stuff. I think your brother Dylan's supposed to be coming on tonight too, Caitlin, but I haven't seen him yet. In fact, the Mount Washington Motel up in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, has got some beautiful plaster sculpture stuff on the walls and all over the place, for that matter. Of course, a lot of famous people have been there, so I'm sure that's why. Yeah, I bet it did. I bet it did. What do you coat it with to protect it when you do the floor? Do you what kind of a I'm assuming it's some kind of a clear coating to protect it. Eggplant's pretty good. Ken, they have it down here with spaghetti. Do you do on my turn? Do you do actual like pictures of stuff that can be hung up? That's plaster also. 3 coats and a top coat. Epoxy. Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe epoxy was involved in that somehow. It would have to be hard enough to withstand walking on it. Oh, cool, nice. Well, sometime you'll have to shoot us a link or something to your. If you have a website, I'd love to see it. Yeah, technology has come so far with any kind of art that's unreal. Have you looked at my art yet? My turn, or of course you probably haven't had time to look at my art, but of course all my art's not on this channel. I teach on the channel here, but some of my stuff is listed in one of the videos. East end of Long Island. Well, we hope you are a reoccurring member. It'd be great to have another person in here. I have a brother-in-law that lives there in New York. Is it Long Island, Manhattan? I'm not sure where he is now. He might have been on Long Island. In fact, it's my wife's brother. I think they had some kind of a deli at one time, many years ago. Not that you would probably recognize it, probably. That's a big area. We stayed there in New York for 3 or 4 days, and it was too crowded for me. I've been lost in the Bronx before. It was not fun. All right, great. We look forward to seeing you some more there, my turn. Take care. And feel free to share the link. Okay, then I guess your brother forgot to get on. Pork chops and mashed potato. No vegetable? You know, this family is famous for, that used to be everybody's favorite. Uncle Mark's and Uncle Chris and Nancy, everybody. Nana used to make, they used to love it when Nana would make pork chops, macaroni and cheese, and green beans. That was the thing. And nobody missed a meal when she did that. Of course, maybe Dylan's on. Dylan, are you in the background sandbagging? You lurker. You're a lurker, Dylan. He was last night. He told me today. He was lurking last night, just listening. He might have left. Scared him away. That's what I'm talking about, Ken. We should be getting new people in here every day. That's what's always bothered me. We should have at least have 1 or 2 people popping in every day. There's billions of people on YouTube. Definitely should be getting people here every day. All right, Caitlin, thanks. Go ahead, go eat your dinner. I'm sure you're hungry. Yeah, mashed potatoes. Yeah, potatoes does have sugar. I'd die without my mashed potatoes because I love mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes and gravy all day long, every day. Because I'm an old fashioned meat and potato man. I mean, that's what I want for dinner: meat and potato. Although I do like a gratin potatoes, scallop potatoes, French fries. Okay, I'd rather have steak fries, but French fries are okay. Whatever. But baked potato, love baked potato with a ton of sour cream, which probably would jack your sugar way up. Because I like a lot of sour cream on my baked potato. Well, Ken, it's just you and I again. Although Recon says somebody might be back by 11:15, so he won't be on for long if he does come. And our Sneaky Mini hasn't been on for a few days now. Sneaky Mini. Well, there's 3 now, so somebody else might have come on. Maybe Dylan did come on. Maybe Caitlin texted him. Kind of expected maybe Brad might pop in sometime this week, but that hasn't happened either yet. I actually like the scallop potatoes a lot, or gratin potatoes. I really do like those a lot, but I know you can get the instant stuff, and my wife will make it, but I guess it's kind of a pain in the butt for her to make it. So she doesn't very often. I almost got some yesterday and asked her to make them, but something different, It's potato, but it's different. So I guess you can't even eat French fries, huh, Ken? Diabetes makes it so a man has to starve, just about. Terrible. Terrible thing. I have a friend of mine who's a diabetic, but he eats mashed potatoes, but he take a pill afterwards, but he will eat mashed potatoes and whatever. We keep getting a third person on, but they keep leaving. It might be Velvet trying to get on. Who knows? Unless it's YouTube messing up again. That could be. Although technically there is 3. Oh, Sharon, there you go. Hey, I've been wondering about you, whether you're going to come or not. By the way, Sharon, I subscribed to your channel. I'm trying to help you out a little bit there, so I did subscribe the other day. I'm not sure if you're looking to get a lot of subscribers or not, but I did anyway. We had a few more here, but everybody was eating dinner for some reason really late, so people left. And we had another new person, and it was a plaster sculptor. He was pretty interesting to talk to. It's going okay so far. I mean, we haven't had any problem with the internet, thank God, tonight. Last night was good. We had like 8 people on last night, which was nice. Now, Ken, how can you eat sweet potato fries being a diabetic? I would think that would have way more sugar than a regular mashed potatoes, especially sweet potato. It's still raining here. Yeah, we get new people in here. We try to help them out too. I mean, that's just the way we are. If people come in and join, they want subs, they want somebody to sub, we'll sub them. No problem. If they're nice enough to sub me, I'll sub them. One good turn deserves another. I think Recon might have subbed you too. I'm not sure, but I think he said he did. I was watching AR Platinum scratch tickets earlier today, just a little while ago, Ken, and he had $500 on a dadgum $10 lotteria. It blew his mind. It surprised me too, but he had $500 on one. So what have you been up to today, Sheraton? You doing anything special? You're a man, right, Sheraton? I want to get that straight before I keep forgetting. I'm sure you're a guy, but I wanted to make sure because I wasn't 100% sure to begin with. These little pictures are so small that it's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, I see you had a lot of hits on that. Yeah, on them some of your videos there. That's great. So yeah, you're male. Okay, okay, great. Yeah, yeah. In fact, that's the same age as Ken and Recon in their 40s. Not me. I'm old. I mean, people say I don't look it, but I'm actually 65. You saw that win, Ken? I mean, he had the potential with. I mean, he lost on all the big tickets. He had the potential to win a lot more. I'm surprised he didn't. Yeah, I mean, if you do a channel, Sheraton, and if it's just fun, go for it. You never know; it may turn into something great. You know, you can get monetized. You need 1,000 subs and like 4,000 views in a year, and you can get monetized. You never know; you may make a few bucks here and there on it. Although YouTube only pays out after you hit $100 before they'll pay you. I'm still waiting for a payday. It'll take a while, but whatever. I mean, there's guys out there that make a ton of money. Like the guy we were just talking about, AR Platinum. He scratches tickets out of Texas. I think he's got like 70, 80,000 subscribers, thousands of views every time he scratches tickets. And I bet you he makes $8,000 or $10,000 a month. Yeah, yeah, 70 and still bodybuilding. Yeah, I'm not surprised nowadays. I knew a guy the next town over who was well younger than I am, but when I was a teenager, he was in his 50s, and that guy was pumping weights like you wouldn't believe, and he was built in really good shape. He was close to 60. It was amazing. But that was a long time ago, but some people can do it. I always put it down as when I was younger, I used to hit the weights a lot and work out a lot and stuff. I was super active, super active. And that probably helped me in the long run. I have some health issues now, but they're not obvious to anybody, but I do have some health issues. But as far as looking my age, I've had a lot of people tell me they didn't believe that I was 65. And most people believe I'm in my 40s. Of course, my hair is getting pretty gray now, so if it wasn't so gray, it was a lot darker not that long ago. But it probably runs in the genes too. I don't know. Well, you're not active as your father, but heck, you may end up living to be 100. You never know. Sometimes it's in the genes. My grandfather was 88 when he died, and he was really thin. He was like 120 pounds, a machinist for the railroad and the service, the Navy. He was in the regular Navy and in the Seabees. Excuse me. In fact, he helped do the airstrip over in Okinawa. Very, very active every day of his life. Even when he retired, he'd get up in the morning at 6 o'clock and he'd have a quick breakfast and go out to his workshop. Always working on something, building compressors or lathes or all kinds of stuff. Um, and he died, believe it or not, from he was eating some haddock in a restaurant, which was supposed to be boneless, and there was a rib bone in it, wasn't cut out with the fillet or whatever, and he didn't catch it. And when he swallowed it, he caught it too late, and when it went down his chest, it tore all the way down. It cut all the way down, a big scratch all the way down to his stomach, and all weekend he thought he just had gas. He kept eating Tums and Rolaids, and finally my mother, because he lived not too far from us here, talked him into going to the doctor, but he waited way too long, probably a week. By then it got infected, and he went to the hospital. He never came home. He was in the hospital for 2 months, and it's the only time he'd ever been in the hospital in his whole life. And that fishbone literally killed him at 88 years old. He probably would have lived to be 100. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. But you never know with people. Your dad, if he lifts weights, he may end up being over 100. You never know. And he stays in good shape, bodybuilding and stuff. Eating right makes a lot of difference too. Not like me, I eat a lot of junk now. But, I snack a lot, which is the wrong thing to do. Sometimes I'm painting or whatever, I have a snack with me with something to drink, so I'll snack on something once in a while or whatever. Or these live streams, I'll bring a snack out with me. I don't always eat it, but a lot of times I do. Yeah, 86. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, some of the old timers, when I was younger, they were tough as nails. I mean, they lived a rougher life, but they were tough. They weren't wimpy. That was back before they had air conditioning. My father's aunt, I think she lived to be like 96. She never had AC in her life. Of course, she lived in New Hampshire, but even New Hampshire gets hot in the summertime. But, I mean, she was used to cooking on a farm a lot, too, on a big wood stove. It was hotter than Hades. No AC, nothing, not even a fan. Just open the doors and the windows and cook and whatever. Warm the water up for your hot water baths on the stove. I mean, back then, life was a lot tougher, and you had to toughen up to survive. I think a lot of us are actually kind of wimpy nowadays because of we have, whether you want to admit it or not, we have a lot more luxury to accommodate us. When we're hot, we got AC. When we're cold, we got a furnace to turn on. Back then, like my parents, my father, he lived on a farm too. They wanted to stay warm. They got their butts up, walked out, summer or winter, whatever. Sometimes both. I know they had a bunch of land back then, over 100 acres. they'd go out and cut the trees down and hook up a giant saw blade to the tractor, which had a big band or something to turn it, and saw these dang big logs and the trees and the limbs and whatever, and chop their firewood and all that stuff. I mean, they had a tough thing to deal with. They eventually, when my father was older, they finally got um, a kerosene furnace, which back then was the thrower furnace. What did they call that? I know what it is, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But all I did was I just threw the kerosene around and ignited, and they didn't even run that very much, except when it was like really, really cold, and then they'd fire it up finally until they got the wood stove going. And my aunt told me she had to get up like twice at night, during the night, to keep the kids. They had a lot of kids. I think they had like 6 or 7 kids. And she had to get up twice to refill this. They had one of them giant kitchen stoves. I mean, it was huge. It heat the whole house. She had to get up twice to go refill the wood in it to keep the house warm in the wintertime, because up there in New Hampshire, it was, in the winter, it was nothing for it to be 0, 20 degrees, 10 degrees, below 0. Yeah, technology, medicine. I every time I watch TV, you ever watch TV, you see these old shows from back in England and whatever, and these doctors are working on somebody, and their first remedy was, we gotta bleed them. They literally pull them, stab them, and let the blood drain out of them, thinking that's actually going to help somebody. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome to the channel. We did have a few more people here, but everybody got hungry and left. I guess everybody's, a lot of people here are working later at night, second shift or whatever, and we usually have a few more. Hopefully you'll be coming back. We'd love to have new people here. We definitely have friendly people here. We don't criticize others or pick on anybody, or although I pick on Recon sometimes, or can, but it's always in a very playful way. And we have another one a friend named Minnie that usually comes in, but she attends a lot of church stuff at online here, actually, and sometimes a lot of times I'll live streams at the same time, but she'll pop in from time to time. But make sure you subscribe, and I appreciate it. Hit that bell to get all of the notices. And we do have a membership area if you want to join that, or a Patreon or whatever, to help support the channel. It's not much. Ask Ken, I am the worst salesman in the world. I really am. It's hard for me to sell the channel, so to speak. But I put the little thingies on the bottom here to remind people, and that's about the best I can do most of the time. But we have a lot of live videos you can watch. We have a lot of art videos. My wife and I just moved recently, last month and a half, 2 months ago. I got some videos to catch up on. I want to do a lot more videos. We did rename it to Kimcast Art and More because I do other things too. I want to help other people do other things too. Like we have an RV, and I work on the RV. And a lot of times people don't know how to do things on an RV. So I want to do some videos on, how to fix the hot water tank, the furnace, the refrigerator, because they're like, a lot of them are AC and gas. So people don't know how to do a lot of that stuff. And I also do a little bit of music. No, I'm not the best in the world, that's for sure. I play the guitar and do a little acoustic version of something once in a while and throw it up there. I intend to do some better ones. The ones I got up so far aren't too great, but and whatever else I can find. I do a lot of crafts. I have 15 grandkids and 2 great grandkids. So a lot of my granddaughters one year I built doll houses. And so that's something I wish I had put on video because we made some fantastic, my son helped me, doll houses, the multi-level doll houses. And if you have kids, you know, probably if you have a daughter, you'll know how much doll houses cost. They're like, some of them $400, $500, $600. So we built some really nice ones fairly inexpensively and built the furniture, a lot of the furniture. And stuff like that I like to put online for people to see. But we do have a very friendly crowd. We have a lady that comes in, I think her name is Lisa. She's from the Caribbean. She's normally here sometimes too. She's also a school teacher. And I've been kind of concerned about her because when that hurricane came through down there, I've been wondering, I'm hoping hasn't been hurt or anything. And we've been waiting to hear from her. We actually have a lot of people that come in here. It's just they kind of rotate, if you know what I mean. It's hard to get everybody here at one time. I think once we had like 17 people. That's probably the biggest amount we've had, but it's hard to get everybody in here at once. Yeah, well, that's good, Sharon. You know, they may change their mind and really get into it later on. I have grandchildren that really weren't interested in drawing until later on. I have a granddaughter named Ariana. She's 16, 17 now, and for the last couple of years, she's like, bam. I mean, she's been right into drawing and trying to learn how to paint and stuff like that. And my another one of my granddaughters, she's 23, 24. All of a sudden, right out of the blue, she wanted to be a portrait painter. I was not a portrait painter, although you can see some portraits that I've done, I guess. But there is a video of one of my granddaughters I painted that I have posted here. But I'm not a portrait painter per se. But she pinned me down to teach her how to do portraits. Well, you know, I taught her what I knew, how to get her started anyway. But I wanted to teach her how to do landscapes first so she could get more familiar with the brushes, but she had no part of that. But now she's actually changing her mind a little bit. But they may come around. You never know, Sharon. Sharon, do you know Cheryl? Or did you just happen to see us live and drop in? Can anybody hear me? I'm probably lagging tonight. That's one thing, Cheryl. I've got my internet's horrible. I got Viasat and it's horrible. Oh, okay. Okay, I just was curious if you knew her or not. Cheryl, you're welcome to tell any of your friends to, come on in. Share the link with them. They're welcome in. If you have any friends that want to jump online in here and Um, everybody's welcome for sure. Is everybody else getting rain like I am, or am I the only one? Last I knew, Recon was getting all the rain, but so was I then too. But he was getting it real bad. But then I started getting it really bad. I mean, I know it's kind of corny talking about the weather sometimes, but it hasn't stopped here. It's still raining. And of course, and I'm in Florida. In case Cheryl doesn't know where I am, but she does now. I'm in Florida. Supposed to be sunny and all that good stuff, but it's just been raining for weeks. I've been dying to take a ride on my bike, and it rains every single day. Okay, Saran, great to see you on. I appreciate you coming in. You have a good day. Take care. And hopefully you'll be on tomorrow night with us. I'm sure Recon will be on tomorrow night too, and some of the others will be on. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully. And hopefully we'll have Cheryl here tomorrow night with us. And the other person that was here earlier, what was his name? True something? My Turn. That was his name. My Turn. Maybe My Turn will be on. I like to see his work. He does plaster work, art, plaster work. I'd really like to see some of his work because he sounds like he's like really, really good at it. So hopefully he'll give us some a link to his website or something if he's got one. Yes, I have a Harley Davidson Electric Glide Unlimited, or limited rather, limited edition. It's got everything on it, and it's got AM, FM, CD radio. It's got a built-in CB radio, PA system. It's got you can plug in earphones for communicators. But I got the communicators too. It's got the full dress, everything, the whole touring package on it. It's a 2013. It's got very low mileage. It's only got about 7,000 miles on it, which is barely, not even broke in. I just don't ride it that much. When I bought it, it only had 5,000 miles on it. In fact, it might have 8,000 miles. And I've had it for several years now, 3 or 4 years. But when my son passed away, who used to ride with me, it's kind of put a damper on me wanting to ride. Of course, my other son still would ride, but he don't have a motorcycle anymore. But well, it's 11:25, and Recon didn't come back on. I'm surprised. My son's motorcycle, it just broke down. Just had so many issues with it that he finally just got rid of it. My son that passed away, he lost his house caught on fire and it burned to the ground, and it took his bike with it. I watched my son cry that day, and I don't blame him. I about cried with him because he had a Harley Davidson Electric Glide limited edition Screaming Eagle, the 1690. Mine's a 1690 also, but his was like beautiful. I mean, it was really, really nice. And came home, the house was on fire, burned to the ground. And he was renting the house, so there was no insurance to cover it. His motorcycle insurance covered most of the bike, but they didn't have insurance. They didn't have any rental insurance or anything because they had just moved in a couple of months before that, and they think it was an electrical fire from, but they're not sure, from the hot water tank or something like that. Cheryl, are you still with us? Cheryl might have left us already. Well, hopefully she'll come back. Who got which son's motorcycle? Like I just said, one of them was burned up from one son, and the other one he sold it for parts, basically, because he couldn't fix it. Now, my younger son that passed away, he did have another motorcycle, but his fiance still has that. Technically, I could probably go get it. She would have a fit about it because she helped him buy it, but it was in his name. So technically, my wife and I are his closest relatives, and we would actually have the right to go get it if we really wanted to. But she's not going to ride it. I don't know what she's going to do with it. She claims that she's going to save it for my son's younger boy, which, I'll believe that when I see it. Well, I guess Cheryl didn't subscribe, I don't think. There's Recon. He comes for the last minute and a half. You just missed Sharotin, Recon. And we had another lady come in named Cheryl Brannon. She's supposed to be subscribing. And another fellow named My Turn, who is actually an artist that he works with plaster. Does floors and even does wall picture and wall art and stuff like that. And Caitlin was here earlier. And Ken's been making me do a lot of talking today. Yes, I am lagging. Terribly. I'm lagging like crazy. It's probably getting worse because I've been watching the numbers and my upload keeps going down. Lower and lower and lower. I'm waiting for it to black out. Of course, it's about time to shut down anyway, so I guess it won't matter that much, but download's great. This upload that's horrible. Yeah, it's going down. It's gone down to half the speed it was. The upload. Story of my life. The big bucks. I was reviewing that tonight. Most of my videos I got 0. Some of them I got 2 cents. The most I got was I got like 5 cents on a bunch of them, some of them. And then there was some, believe it or not, my music videos I got more from than any of them. I got 22 cents on one and 24 cents on another one, on the other one. Figure that out. So yeah, they're the big bucks, all right. I can't even get the first $100 out of them weasels, and it's been like 9 months. I've still got a ways to go. A long way to go, probably. Yeah. Talking about guys that make the big bucks. We know who makes the big bucks around here, Recon. You. I'm so poor, I couldn't go to the next town over if it cost $0.25 to go around the world. Yeah, there's your big bucks. In fact, I'm having coffee for my dinner. And this is the main meal right here. That's my dinner right there. There's the big bucks. Well, Recon, I'm sorry you came in late. I'm actually going to go get something to eat, so I'm going to shut her down. I'm sorry you didn't come in sooner. So go figure out your food situation and eat. I know I'm hungry as a wolf right now, so I'm going to find something to eat myself. My wife and Jennifer are watching a movie in the RV, so hopefully they'll be done with their movie by the time I get in there. Of course, I'll probably get yelled at and told not to make a mess. Oh, well. So anyway, have a good night, guys. Hopefully we'll see you both tomorrow night. Recon, we'll see you tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll have a 2 or 3 new members come in tomorrow night and start coming in. And hopefully this might be a good thing. This might be that breaking point where, I've been waiting for things to start to pick up. Hopefully. We'll see. We shall see. Skinny Minnie, I know you're watching. Get back in here. I'm sure she'll get a kick out of that. You guys have a good night. Stay healthy and stay safe. See you tomorrow night, guys. Good night.